from the foundation is. And ikhlas should be the foundation of our actions. When I say ikhlas, do not get lost, my brothers and sisters. It means sincerity, which means whatever you and I will do, all right, the aim, the goal, the objective of that action must be to please Allah. That's it. Nothing plus. Anything else in addition to that, then it makes that action no valid anymore. So you can tell yourself if you do have it or not. I can tell myself if I have it or not. But that ikhlas, that sincerity, that essential qualities, when one has it, and then it will have, if you want, you can call symptoms. That may be a medical terms. It will have signs. It will have reflections. Through those, you can tell. You know, when you're sick, you go to hospital, they'll ask you, do you have this? Does this happen to you? Okay, that means you have such and such problem. All right. Yeah. So based upon what is outside will help the doctor to determine what is inside of your body. So based upon those symptoms, so likewise, based upon certain signs in yourself or in someone, you can tell if you are sincere, if that person is sincere or not. One of that, not all, but one, I'm going to mention a few to help you and I to assess ourselves. Number one is sincere person always avoid recognition. He avoids that. When he does something, wanted people to recognize, tap him on his shoulder and say, you did it, he runs away from that. He runs away from that. Now, anytime you see someone wants to be recognized so much, or if he does things, he brings it in front of you so that you can recognize it, if you can advise that person, advise. Sincere person is carrying out an action, counting on Allah's pleasure, not people around to say, great. So that's one sign, that's one symbol. You have to keep eyes on it. They don't want their action to be noticed by people. They try to conceal as much as they can. The action that you are carrying out to win the pleasure of Allah, ask yourself, why is it you want people to know? Ask yourself that question. Are the ones that are going to beg Allah to be pleased with your action? Or the component of your action will please Allah? So that's the one, they don't want to be recognized. They run away from it. They're not expecting from someone to recognize them. I'm not saying that to say when someone do a good deed for you, I'm not saying that. But they are not expecting that. They run away from it. And you see that in Allah even say that, لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. No, we're not looking for thank you from you. We're not looking for appreciate it from you. Sometimes, when you do something for someone, and then the person did not recognize, did not appreciate it, and that bothers you so much, and you say, I'm not doing it no more, question yourself. Did you do it to get the appreciation, recognition in return, or you did to please Allah? So that's one. We're not going to spend too much time on it. But that's one of the signs that one can tell. They run away from recognition. لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. In إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله. We have done this only, as the people that speak Arabic will say, إنما حرف حصر وقصر. It means we have done this solely, simply to get the pleasure of Allah. So one, I'll go to the second one quickly. Second sign from the sincere people, they are always getting back on themselves. Self-reproach. As much as they do, they always sit down and say, man, I wonder if I could do better. I'm afraid perhaps I fall short. Oh, I'm afraid, man, Allah may not accept it. Regardless of how much they've done, they still have that feeling. I mean, Allah is so great, maybe what I've done is too small for Allah. Unlike, like us, man, I've done so much, bro. I've done this, oh, man, I'll get it. Sincere person is always, you'll see them always blaming themselves. There's an ayah in the Quran in which Allah said, of course, they said that Aisha came to Prophet and asking Prophet about the meaning of that. In this ayah, Allah said, those who are so fearful, their heart is trembling when they are doing what they do. When they are carrying out the action that they do, you find them so fearful because they know that they will be returned back to Allah. Now Aisha said, Prophet, I don't get this. The meaning of it, tell me. Allah said they are so afraid while doing what they do. Is Allah talking about the thieves when they're stealing, but they're so scared. They think like, okay, when I get to Allah, He'll get on me on this. Are they talking about the drinkers, the fornicators? When they are fornicating, they know that they're wrong, they know Allah will get back on them. Is Allah referring to them here by saying that وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتَوْا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةٌ? They are being so afraid while doing what they do. So is Allah talking about the wrongdoers, thieves, and zunats, the fornicators, the drinkers, and whatnot? The Prophet said, no, the daughter of Siddiq. Allah is not talking about that. Allah is talking about that brother that is in sujood. He's praying, the forehead is down, but he's still saying, Ya Allah, maybe this is too small for you. Maybe I need to do more. I'm afraid maybe you may not accept this. That guy that is giving the zakat, he is giving, but he's still saying to himself, maybe it's too little. Man, brother, we have a people like this. Wallahi, we do. We do. Maybe we're not in the same world, but we do. You'll be asking yourself, am I dreaming or I haven't seen the reality? Something brings something. When you're talking about these people, you just can't help yourself. Just a few weeks ago, one uncle called us to go pick up some furniture from his house. He's an old man. He doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it. He could put it into different usage. But when we went to pick up this stuff, first, he told his wife, man, you gotta cook for them. They need to eat the breakfast. We ate the breakfast. He said, you're not living till you eat. And he went and get whatever he could get his hands on, the fruits, juices, everything. this, please take this. At the end, he said, please forgive me if I have said anything that offended you in this 45 or 1 hours you spend with me here. Please pray that Allah accept this from me. So I could see in his eyes, he's so worried that he may have done something that offend us, that would displease Allah. We are telling him, no, sit down, don't worry. Alhamdulillah, we are happy that we get this. But he's saying no. He said, no, Sheikh. First, I should not have you come here. I ask myself, we don't have same vision. When we are giving somebody something, we think the person owes us everything. We think that we don't owe that person any respect. We see ourselves doing him favor. And my mind went to the ayah in the Quran. وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلًا. They are so afraid because they know that they will be standing before Allah. And they're asking themselves, is this good enough for Allah to accept it? May Allah give us ikhlas, brothers. When you're dealing with the people with sincerity, you will tell. You will tell. It's easy. Is this how we are? He wants the pleasure of Allah. And I look at the way he deals with others that are lower to him, and the way that I deal with them, or we deal with them, way different. Way different. So this is the second sign. The person is getting on himself. He's not magnifying his actions. He's not saying, I have done so much good deed. So good enough to take me to Jannah. If you want, you come and get it. If you don't want, you leave it. No. We say, Sheikh, please forgive me. And we got here. And after we got here, he's texting me back, are you okay? Did you make it home safely? Once again, please forgive me and my wife if we have said anything or done anything that offended you. I said, Sheikh, please, you are making me feel so bad. Man, may Allah give us ikhlas. May Allah give us ikhlas. The Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, no. Allah is not talking about the tips. That's a different story. He's talking about those that pray, those that give charity. That's why you see they are so in rush whenever the opportunity comes. Hum laha sabiqun. I want to be the first to do what I can. And I'm doing this so Allah, you can accept. It's another point. Number 2. Number 3, that you can see in the mukhlisun, the people that are sincere. Open arm. They are so welcoming. By that I mean to say, oh my God. When they are in a group, someone else comes who can benefit people, they're happy. Because this can take them closer to Allah again. They don't try to reject others. Oh, okay. That's not in them. When you see that, you ask yourself, you're not for Allah. You are so worried about someone taking your spot. Jannah is a big enough, Yaakov. We all can fit in. If you see that you are so worried about someone else joining the movement, it's not about Jannah. It's about something else. That's number 3. Number 4, they don't really care about their positions in the group. They'll have the same vigor and enthusiasm to do the work, whether they are leaders or they are ladies. They don't care. As long as they are serving the Ummah, they're serving Allah, That's what matters to them. They don't say, I gotta be recognized, I gotta be the forefront to be able to function to my full capacity. No. That's all. Inshallah, we'll stop here. Alhamdulillah. Thank Allah and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once again to help us to attain this quality. It is the quality for the believer. It is the ikhlas, the sincerity, doing things to the pleasure of Allah. So we're still talking about some signs of it. When you see those in yourself and someone else, that means the person is on the right track. You can follow those persons' footsteps, inshallah, that will lead you to the right place. And we'll mention for many more. The fifth one, the person, they really don't care too much about the people's opinions as much as they do care about Allah's. How Allah view me doing this. Is He pleased with me? I'm gonna do it. How Allah would feel if He see me doing displeased, then I'm not doing it. Dad, you want me to do this? I'm sorry. Wifey, you want me to do this? I'm sorry. You're not pleased? I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that, but I'm fitting to do it. So the focus is Allah. And that has a lot of outcomes, but we're not talking about that. You'll see that on them. But the person who's worried, how he will see it, what he's going to say, how they will feel it. Just look at it. You are doing it because they praise or because you're afraid of what they will say. That person is very unstable. Cannot be happy. Why? Because gaining the approvals of people is a ghaya la tudrak. Is an aim that no one can approach it. If you want to please the young folks, the older generation will be displeased. All right? If you want to please the uncles, then the younger generation will be displeased. Right? If you want to be in tune with American culture, right? If you are from a different culture, your people will be displeased with you. He thinks he has become an American now, man. Right? And then if you want to do the other way around again, man, this guy is a backwards person. So you have so much different personality within you. So this is called oneness of objective. They have a one objective, to please Allah. So they don't care about how people view them. They care more about how Allah views them. You know the story, to conclude it. The guy was teaching his son to worry about Allah, not to worry about pleasing people, because you can't please them. The son did not understand. He said, okay, we have a donkey, all right? Let me prove it to you. They start to walk. The donkey was with them. They had a donkey with them. Two of them are walking, and then the donkey also is walking freely. They passed by the first group. They said, you guys are dummy, man. Allah gave you this animal so that you can ride on. But you are walking, the donkey is riding free. Looked at the son, he said, okay, you heard this? What did they say? The son repeated that we should be riding on the donkey. Then they both got on the donkey. And they come to the second group, they said, man, you are such merciless people. Can't you have some mercy on this donkey? Both of you, you old men, you young men, you are riding on this donkey. It's Allah's creature. He needs to have a break. He looked at his son again and said, you heard that? Okay. So how about you walk, son? I'll ride. So the son was walking, the father was riding on the donkey. They come to the third group. They looked at the father, man, what's wrong with you? You are grown up, you are an adult. You are riding, this little boy's walking. Are you okay? Looked at the son. Let's switch it. Let's switch it again. The son got off, and the father was walking. They come to the fourth group. They looked at man, child. You have no respect. You are walking your father, you are riding, your father is walking. What's wrong with you? They looked at each other again. Now, what is second, fourth option, fifth one? Let you and I come and carry the donkey. They took the donkey and put it on their back. They got to the fifth group, they said, now we become convinced that you have no sense. You should be riding on the donkey. Donkey should not be on your back. They've tried every other possible way. People seem not to become satisfied. Brother, these are the human beings. But Allah made His thing one clear. This is it. You do it, I'm pleased with you. Guess what people in the past have done? They were able to get my pleasure and return, I'm pleased with them. But with the people, you can never satisfy us. So a sincere person, he has the one objective. I want to please Allah. Wallah, his life is easy. Trust me. People say, man, the brother, he's so hard. He's always by himself. He's never with the people. Wallah, he's so happy. He's so content. You think it's hard? It's hard when he goes against Allah. He doesn't negotiate. But he's so simple and easy when he's with Allah. So this is the fifth one. Number one, they run away from their recognition. Number two, they always feel like I could do better. I could do more. And number three, they don't really care about their position. Whether they are a leader or leading, it doesn't matter. Number four, they have an open heart. They're just worried about how can we make these things work better. As long as him joining us is going to make the Muslim Ummah move forward, he is welcome. If you want my spot, you can have it. Number five that I stopped is that they're just trying to please Allah. Because that's clear, is accessible. Anything other than that, no. We went over the time, I'll stop here. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us ikhlas. And the mistake that we made in the past, to forgive us for that. Though it's hard, it's difficult, but it's not impossible. So who can make it easy? That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Him to make it easy for us. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة قد صلى الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله استغفر الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل اللهم مالك الملك تؤتي الملك
الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين لا يتخذ المؤمنون الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين ومن يفعل ذلك فليس من الله في شيء إلا أن تتقوا منهم تقاه ويحذركم الله نفسه وإلى الله المصير قل إن تخفوا ما في صدوركم أو تبدوه يعلمه الله ويعلم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض والله على كل شيء قدير يوم تجد كل نفس ما عملت من خير محضرا وما عملت من سوء تود لو أن بينها وبينه أمدا بعيدا ويحذركم الله نفسه والله رؤوف بالعباد قل إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم والله غفور رحيم قل أطيعوا الله والرسول فإن تولوا فإن الله لا يحب الكافرين الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده ربنا الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليكم ورحمة الله جزاكم الله خيرا. Thank you so much for this discussion. We're sorry for the length of khutbah. May Allah accept from us. On your way out, we have one of our brothers and our sister who has lost he has lost his mother. Uh, so we want to brothers and sisters to pray for her. And also we have our brother Bora who has lost his daughter yesterday in a car accident. And I'm sure we have some others there that are not aware of it. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all of them, to have mercy on them, to bring them higher place in Jannah. And if they were doing good deeds, which we hope so, may Allah increase in their rewards. And if there were anything other than that, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive that for them, for He is the forgiving. And may He shower them with His mercy, for He is the full of mercy. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the barakah in their family and give them a moral strength to handle the situation. And may Allah make us good before our own days to come. آمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.